Okay folks, I'm going to be trying out this new Makita big bore air compressor. It's the MAC700 model. The first thing you have to do with it is to fill it with oil, and they have this little plastic plug here, and then later you put this other oil, official oil cap on there. Before we get to that, one thing I wanted to tell you is they don't tell you exactly where to hook up this air filter, but I looked in the exploded parts view and found where the air filter was, and you can find it because it'll have another little plastic cap in the hole where this goes, and basically it's going to be at the top of that piston cylinder head there, and you just take that off and get this in there. It's a pretty dinky little air filter. You may consider putting a little heavier duty one on later, but it seems to breathe pretty easy. I have the intake pointing back here rather than on the hot side. Okay, moving on to filling the oil. We've got a little sight glass here. Not a lot of instructions specifically, but it looks like you want to fill up to that red dot that's in the middle of that glass there. They give you some compressor oil. My guess is it is exactly just enough to fill that up. You may want to use a funnel like I'm going to do. You definitely want to have enough oil in it before you get going. So I'll pour about half this in and see if it's registering at all. I thought I saw a little splash by there. There's the level. Whoop, man, we've come up a little too much. We overfilled it a little to start with. I was wrong. They actually gave you a generous supply of the oil. So we went over our little red dot a little. So I drained some out. You have a official oil drain plug here at the bottom of the unit, which if you had been running this for a while and there was debris, you'd want to have that plug down at the bottom. I just opened this cap here and tilted it over just to drain a little out so I would get the proper level, which is halfway in this sight window here and right where the red dot is. Okay, we're about, since we have the oil in there, we can start the initial break-in period. They say to run it for at least 20 minutes in a no-load state. And the way you get the no-load is you open this drain cock at the bottom, as best as I can determine from the instructions. The instructions are a little ambiguous, so you may want to go over them a few times. So no load to me means that there's no back pressure against the cylinder. So we achieve that by opening this valve. We'll just start the break-in period, and you'll get an idea just how loud this is. The big selling point on this was that it was a slower RPM but a bigger bore, and it was aquired a unit. So we will see what it sounds like. And I don't see anything happening. We've plugged it in. Perhaps we have to have our pressure switch on. So let's see if that's true. Okay, so we've just had a revelation here that the pressure switch is actually the on switch. So we are going to let that rip. And we'll come back about a half hour later. Okay, it's been about 25 minutes. I've been running fine. The cylinder head is a little warm, not hot at all. I'm going to close the valve now. We can see some pressure building now. she's cut out like she's supposed to do. Seems to be holding pressure. Well, that's it. So we've broken in the MAC700, and it seems to be holding pressure, maybe sliding off a little. And there you go. I just wanted to show one more thing. You can haul this thing around by this handle. It's 52 pounds. To me, that gets a little old quick. So I had this hanging around. It's a little dolly hand truck thing. I think you can get them at a lot of the big box stores, Costco, Sam's Club. I think I spent about $25 on it. I've got it all pongee cord. I added a little extra board just to make a little more room under the legs there. And to me, this looks like a good solution. I mostly intended to get this for inflating car tires and also filling up this little very portable tank and using that to blow off keyboards upstairs in the house or anywhere. Also, especially chainsaws get very messy, and I got the blow thing here for that, and mostly those two functions are what I got it for. I got a very nice little gas station style filler with the slider gauge on there. Okay, that's it.